Welcome back in. I want to get to Senator Dave Schatz, who's from District 15 District 26. I don't know why I said 15. District 26. Senator, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well, Mark. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Good to talk to you again. Thanks for giving us a little bit of time today.
Well, not a problem. They're ringing the bell for us, but I've got a few minutes here. I can visit with you, Mark.
Yeah.
I'm glad to do it.
I don't want to take too much of your time, but I want to get an update on this prescription drug monitoring program. I know it passed the House, and you guys are looking at it in the Senate. Are you on the verge of a compromise here?
Well, I believe we are. Last night, Senator Schaaf, one of the chief opponents of PDMP, had a press conference late, sometime around 5:45 last night, and removed his opposition from PDMP. Senator Schaaf obviously has been opposed for many years to this and kind of been basically roadblock and hurdle to getting this accomplished, but has come to, I believe, as he's seen, as we're seeing this thing passed county by county, and right now, currently, I think there's about a third of Missouri is being covered by by a county-by-county ordinance, and so trying to get a statewide, approach to this is something that he can see, I think, is coming down the end. And so as of last night, I believe that he's removed his opposition, which leaves us a path forward. He did ask for it be a mandatory requirement to use the PDMP when prescribing these types of medications, though.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about this issue yesterday with House Member Justin Hill, and he said that his problem with it is that it's not real time, and what the Senator Schaaf was wanting was to make sure that to require doctors to consult the registry, correct, before writing a prescription?
That is correct.
And the medical associations are opposed to that.
Well, I think that there's language, I believe, that we can come to agreement. I think this is a hurdle that's not too high. I think that we can come to some agreement to ultimately accomplish that. Real time is something that I think that was put on in the House that allows, that requires this system to be real time by maybe 2019 or 2020.
Okay.
And so the ability to have real time access and input in there is something that they're going to have to work on and to be able to accomplish it. I think it can be done, and I think in order for it to be 100% effective 100% of the time, real time is something we would have to achieve. Again, there's a process to get there. I think we are the last state in the United States that has passed a prescription drug monitoring plan, and so ultimately there are states out there that do have real time access, and they do have requirements that where prescribers are required to go in and utilize that before prescribing those type of narcotic drugs.
Yeah. Senator Dave Schatz is our guest. I don't want to take too much more of your time. How much would this program cost to implement? Because if you're talking about a registry, I'm assuming it's online, you're going to have somebody operating that, right?
Well, there will be someone that obviously they've been contracting. The county by county have been contracting with the folks from APRIS. That is the same system that obviously monitors the pseudoephedrine things that we have, restrictions that are out there. And I don't know the exact cost. Again, part of that will be once we have a final bill that is complete, that understands what the requirements are, that we can finally get a calculated cost is what the overall cost could be associated with this. But it could be, again, there's been some talk. It could range between, $2 to $5 million annually for this system. That's not a verifiable number from my perspective. Again, we would have to get the analysts to provide us what the true costs are.
One final question for people who have privacy concerns over this, that somebody's got a list and they know if you take mental health drugs or whatever the case may be. Can you clear that up?
Well, obviously, the only people that are really this is access for this is a doctor-patient access tool. This is not a law enforcement tool. We're not allowing this to be used as a law enforcement tool. Obviously, it cannot be used for the purposes of investigations. Now, a warrant could be obtained because of something else that would be able to allow for that information to be looked at. But this is not something that law enforcement is going to have the ability to come in and to utilize for randomly looking through it. But this is really about a tool for doctors to be able to recognize the potential for someone to be in a situation where they may be abusing these prescription drugs, and hopefully get them on a path to recovery before they get too far down that path.
And pharmacies as well, correct?
And obviously, pharmacies will have the requirement to input the data, but pharmacies really will not be. Again, they will not be looking at information. They're just going to be, as a prescription comes in, they'll be entering the data into. And currently, again, it's not. It wouldn't necessarily be a requirement to be instantaneous, but by a certain date and time, then it would be, as those prescriptions are being written, they would be required to be put into the database. Therefore, when a doctor looked into the prescription drug database, he would be able to see what those prescribers have been filled and what that patient is setting before him has been potentially been taking.
Very good. Senator Schatz, listen, I appreciate your time today, and thanks for the update. Let us know when this thing is getting ready to pass.
I sure will, Mark.
All right, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Have a great day. Senator Dave Schatz there from District 26, one of the sponsors of this bill down there in the Senate. A couple folks called in or wanted to talk. Craig's been holding the longest. Let me get to Craig first. Craig, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey, Mark. This is Craig. I've introduced myself to you out of the range a couple of times.
Excellent.
Last couple of months. So good to talk to you again.
Thank you.
Hey, when I went to vote yesterday at Fairway Elementary, talked to a couple of officers that were standing out there and thanked them for their service. And one guy had been working for 10 years, another 25. The guy working for 10 years has never had an increase in pay from when he first started as an officer. The guy that's been working 25 years, he's had 2 pay raises in 25 years. And I just thought that was absolutely ridiculous. And I'd like to let your Prop P voters know that I think they did a good thing. It's not right for these guys to be working, risking their lives, and not getting pay raises. So
right. Yep.
Kind of my comment on that.
Craig, thank you for the phone call. I knew I talked to Gabe Crocker about that one time. They'd set up this. They came to this agreement a while back where they would give him a fairly high starting wage of $52,000 right out of the academy, with the understanding that that wasn't going to start getting bumped up for like 12 years. Now, that may not seem acceptable to a lot of people. I think that there will be some alterations to that